to all of you Transformers fans out there. It is I, Astoria Prime. But since I'm now comfortable coming out to you all, I'll introduce you to my real name. My name is Emily, and it's nice to meet all of you on YouTube. So the reason why I'm making this video today is that I'm doing a dedication video of how I became a Transformers fan for the past 5 years, and also today is my birthday, so please feel free to give a nice shout out. Anyway, I would like to share with you my story on how a highly functional autistic person like myself became a Transformers fan, since I'm now more willing to speak out telling you all. So let us begin. It all started on the year 2020 on the time of the coronavirus, in quote, COVID pandemic. First off, I was going through a pirate movie phase for a couple of months until I got tired of it for a while after watching them over and over again. So I decided to move on to something else. So I was taking a look through in my movie library, and I immediately came across with the first Transformers movie back in 2007 that I haven't watched in a very long time since it first came out. So when I popped it in and watched the film again, and that is when I first remembered hearing the calm, gentle voice of Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime. And for somehow listening to his voice again after such a long time, it gave me calmness in how his voice channels my anxiousness away. So after I was done watching that amazing film, including the sequels and the Bumblebee movie, I then started watching a couple of the Transformers TV series that I never once in my life got much involved with before. So I began watching G1, Beast Wars, Armada, Animated, Prime, Robots in Disguise 2015, Rescue Bots, War for Cybertron trilogy from Netflix, Cyberverse, and now involving Earthspark and Cyberworld. So I don't know which of the TV series is my favorite, but I know people might ask me which one is my favorite, and I'll tell you that I'm not sure, because I treated all of them as equally good in their own unique way, no matter how good they are. So after that, my incredible obsession with Transformers quickly grew and more afterwards, that it made me started collecting the figures from the franchise. And I'm going to show you the very figure that started it all. This is the very figure that started it all for me. It's the Studio Series Starscream from the 2007 Transformers movie, and he was my very first figure that I have ever owned. And also this very first version of Starscream I've known since 2007, and without this guy, I would never got much involved with the collection that I have now. As you probably know, on my latest post 4 months ago on my channel, I posted a picture of my Starscream Seeker Shrine of all the different versions of Starscream I've managed to find on my toy hunts, and in the middle of my Seeker collection is the Masterpiece Bayverse Starscream. And I would like to give a nice shout out to Alfonso Nation for recommending me to buy myself a copy of the amazing figure. If you're watching this video, Alfonso, I wanted to give you a shout out to your channel, to your dedication videos, and your awesome support for the franchise of doing what you love. So keep it up, buddy. Keep it up, and thank you. Till all are one. Also, I want to give another shout out to MGO316, the freaking geek himself. I wanted to say thank you on making a very well detailed video on how to transform the Masterpiece Starscream. It really helped me to transform mine better than reading the actual directions. It was pretty hard, but I'm glad I came across your video, and it was a big help. So keep up with your review videos, and as you said in your channel, you stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, am I right? Anyway, after the movies and the TV shows, I've decided to dive in more deep involving into Transformers, and I came across on YouTube channels of Transformers fan stop motions. And I would like to give more shout outs to the creators of their stop motions. First off goes to TFI Creations. I really enjoy watching your work, and on how you and your crew put a lot of heart and an amazing job on doing your projects. So keep up with the good work, and I can't wait for your future upcoming projects. The first time I came across your channel was when I first watched Transformers Interstellar Remake and your first rollout film. They are very inspirational. I love how you did the special effects and on your videos, and you have the awesomest figures, especially the sets and sceneries. So thank you, keep it up, and I'm glad you're here. So next up is Batjax. I first came across your channel when you were doing your third season of Transformers Hereafter series, but I did manage to watch the first 2 seasons of your series to follow up. So I would like to say keep up with your work, and I can't wait for your final season to see what happens next. Then a shout out to Foxatron Prime. You have my full-on support all the way. I'll be looking forward to your next Transformers reaction videos. I really enjoyed them all, every moment of them, and I've found them quite entertaining. And I do love how you did the voices of the characters, including your impression with Megatron. I got to admit, very impressive. Also, I really like your customized mascot too, so I took it upon myself to do my very own custom inspired by doing one of yourself. As you did notice on my post 11 months ago, this is my custom mascot for my channel. And I'll come across on how I did the color choices and the mold I choose for making my mascot. So her name is Astoria Prime, and what I used for her was the mold of the medic Minerva, and luckily she wasn't hard to take apart when doing the paint job. And the colors blue, navy blue, red, and yellow represent the colors for autism. So she is my autistic Prime Cybertronian. So inspired by you, Foxatron, you let me create my very own mascot as I enjoyed yours. Also, I can't wait for your continuing of Transformers Resistance. Keep up the good work and roll out! And finally, a shout out to Panda Jax Productions. Your stop motion series, Transformers Annihilation, was very impressive and quite intense. Your stop motion to your figures is insanely good. I don't know what else you have plans in the nearest future. All I can say is keep it up. Oh, and I also wanted to add 3 more shoutouts to both OctaBlue16, Transformers Fan 5000, and Trade the E-Man. Keep up with your stop motion work, and you have my full-on support. So, with all that out of the way, after watching the stop motions and reading some fanfic stories, back in the year 2022, I got the greatest opportunity to participate at my very first TFCon Chicago. And that was when I had the honor of meeting Peter Cullen and felt ecstatic. I mean, I got the very chance to meet the very man behind the voice of Optimus Prime. And that whole experience changed my life, my whole life forever. And I would never thought that I had the opportunity to meet somebody famous right in front of my very own eyes. And now I know how people felt of meeting Peter Cullen, because his character too actually helped me going through my darkest hours, through the difficult times during the pandemic. I mean, without Transformers, I wouldn't be here and be where I am today. And I'm glad it helped me to be strong enough to be gentle, as Peter Cullen's brother Larry used to say to him. So I used his very words to help me to be strong and be gentle in a very difficult time that we all been having these past 5 years. But to be quite clear, I am so thankful that I got a chance to be part of this community and having this opportunity again during on my 2 previous videos, because this year's TFCon event actually gave me even more confidence than I ever had before. I mean, I even got a chance to talk to some people and meet more people, hearing their side of their stories, what their favorite TV series, movies, and characters they liked. As for me, I treated them all equally, including the two new films that recently came out, Rise of the Beasts and Transformers 1. And last year, after watching Transformers 1, the film made me love the franchise even more than ever before. And I'm going to continue on loving it even more no matter what. During the pandemic, I even brought some of my Transformers figures with me at work because having them in my presence helped me to keep my anxiety and stress under control. But the two characters that I've always bring with me are my Starscream figures and my Optimus Prime figures. I can bring any kind of character that I have in my collection and fiddle them around, not transforming them but bending their joints and posing them. And that helps me a lot, and I don't care what people say or think of me. What matters is that it helps me, and that's all there is. And I know you guys feel the same way when you want to have something to fidget around, like a fidget spinner or anything may help you. I enjoy bringing them and having them in my presence because they were the only ones that helped me. So without further ado, I am now more comfortable to introduce you all of you something that I have been working on for the past 3 to 4 years that I finally got done, and I know you saw it on my latest post 8 months ago. It's a Transformers fanfic that I worked really hard on, and I'm more willing to come out to tell you about the story, about half and half if I can. So let me tell you. So this is the title of my fanfic. It's called Transformers: The All-Spark Within. And I'm going to tell you very little about this, as much as I could. So I based a bit off from the G1 universe, the Bayverse, and the Primeverse, and put in some references from different episodes and movie scenes from my fanfic. But what I also did was that I put in some other different movie references. So anyways, the All-Spark Within story is about Optimus and his remaining Autobots were on a mission to search for the Allspark's long-lost fragment that was lost for centuries. And in order to find it, they first must find their chosen hero that was prophesied by Primus to help them bring down Megatron and his Decepticons and restore Cybertron, their homeworld. So they met up a human girl, which is the main human in the story, and she became the chosen one because the prophecy states that the one with the pure spark, or pure heart, vice versa, will shine to find the remains of the Allspark, but the rest of this story has a bit of a love story too. So after the events from the first story, like the first encounter with the Autobots, the torture by the Decepticons, and the absorption of the Allspark, Optimus and the Autobots have managed to capture 2 Decepticons, which were Knockout and Starscream. But what happened to Starscream was that he was critically wounded during his fight with Optimus, and Optimus showed his compassion to Starscream and took him back to base to get immediate medical attention. And that was when my character was a bit skeptical because she wouldn't forgive Starscream for torturing her during the first part of the story for trying to get information of the Allspark's location. But in the story, she gets a visit from Alpha Trion in her dreams through the Allspark's power by giving her advice and telling her what to do. So my character decided to help give Starscream a second chance. So it was hard to believe. Then I copied out this reference in the middle. My character was attacked by the remaining Decepticons when suddenly Starscream showed up, still wounded, and he was able to save my character's life. And this was a Beauty and the Beast reference, when the Beasts rescue Belle from the pack of wolves. But during the rescue, Starscream was in pretty bad shape. He was very weak from energon loss, and he was on the verge of dying. So my character was able to use the power of the Allspark to restore him. She really wanted to give him a second chance because she witnessed that he proved himself that he could be redeemed, as Knockout did the same. So throughout half of the story, my character and Starscream started to progress feelings for one another, and they suddenly started to fall for each other. And who says that an alien robot and a human couldn't fall in love? Tell that to from the G1 episode of The Girl Who Loved Powerglide. That's where I got the reference too. So basically, the moral of the story that you look what's inside the spark within, knowing their heart before you judge too quickly. To know their side, and that's why my character was trying to see that Starscream wasn't what he seemed to be, that he was just a misunderstood, and same goes with Knockout. Oh yeah, by the way, I actually put Knockout and Breakdown have finally had their own happily ever after in this story. No worries, guys. Breakdown doesn't die, and neither does Cliffjumper. I actually put him in the story, and he doesn't die either. But I am going to tell you who does die in the story. So it's only the Decepticons, but the first Decepticons who died were Starscream's twin brothers, Skywarp and Thundercracker. Sorry guys, but that's how I envision it in my head, and I know you guys feel the same way when you do to your own fanfics and stop motion stories. Yeah, I was a bit regretful of writing them out, but I couldn't stop writing afterwards. And there's one Autobot who did die in this story was Crosshairs. He made the ultimate sacrifice in the finale when he blew up a volcano and the flowing lava melted every remaining Decepticon. That I kind of got the reference from Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, because in the one scene when Quasimodo poured the hot liquid iron during the attack of the cathedral, so I kind of copy out from the Disney references, and same from the My Little Pony too, including many other movie references that I come up with. But the conclusion of the story, with Megatron and the Decepticons defeated and Cybertron restored, my character and Starscream became sparkmates, and they lived happily ever after a happy life together. A life that Starscream deserved. So yeah, that's basically how my story goes, but if you have any questions about anything involving the story and the characters, feel free to write a comment below, and hope that you guys think about the fanfic. If it's too cheesy, that's okay. I'll take your opinion point of view, and I don't care if it's an unpleasant comment or a nasty comment. I don't care. I worked really hard on this. So, to end this video, I wanted to thank you guys for listening my story of being a Transformers fan and listening about my fanfic. If you still want to learn more about it, leave it on the comment section below. And tell me what you think, if I can actually do a Christmas story for my fanfic, because I know in some other fanfics I've seen, some of them have like Christmas specials to make it more interesting. If I should, just let me know, and I would gladly do it. If not, that's alright. So I would like to say, till all are one, and rise up!